Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It's now time for Design Time. Make sure you get your phone or tablet out because we have a QR code right there on your screen to scan to get more information on today's topic. Of course, we're at our favorite place ever, Tri-City Furniture in Auburn, with our great friend Kathy Kilborn. Kathy, great to see you.
It's good to see you.
Yes. So over the last century, homes have drastically changed, and we talk about that a lot. And the dining room was always part of a home, but it kind of started to go through a change. So Kathy, tell us a little bit about what happened to the dining room back in the 1950s.
Well, in the 1950s, we still sometimes had servants, and we were still having our homes smaller and, heating with furnaces and cooking with fire. So the dining room was actually a little ways away from the kitchen, just to keep it away from fire and noise. And so it was used a lot. Family time was very important, and they sat down and they had meals together.
Yeah.
So the dining room was very, very important.
And Kathy, did that kind of change a bit over the next 30 years?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What then happened is after World War II, people started moving out of the cities and went to more suburban, and they were building homes. Homes were pretty reasonable, and so they were building houses to accommodate their family. Dining room was still there, but it was closer to the kitchen, and people were using it. It always had a nice dining table, a buffet, or a china cabinet, and it housed their good dishes, of which they used. I always think about some of the old TV shows, and it always has people sitting and eating together and having conversation, and that's just how it was.
Yeah, and the centerpiece, the table was always set.
Yeah.
So tell us, let's fast forward a little bit. Did the COVID-19 pandemic kind of have an impact on how we use our dining rooms?
Yes, what happened is we got really, really busy, and the dining room became less and less. So maybe we used it on Sunday. What happened with COVID is we all had to stay home. Restaurants weren't open. We had to sit there and eat with each other. And so we found that the dining room actually started to come back. People found they liked it. They enjoyed conversation, or even having close family come over and have an evening together. So we did see the dining room start to come back.
Yeah, and has that kind of continued since the pandemic?
Yeah, we see the dining room still being used. You know, back in COVID, they were using it for a lot of things. They might have used it for an office or for homeschooling. But now we see the dining room a more casual place to entertain, play games, have family in. So we really see that the dining room is important, and it's not so formal like it used to be. And I think it really accommodates our lifestyle today.
And Kathy, do you think that people have gotten back into cooking more at home too?
Well, that actually is pretty big. There's even companies which can send you packages, all kind of, you learn how step by step to put it together. Those things came out of the need to learn how to cook. A lot of the younger millennials and stuff, they didn't learn that at home. And so those kinds of things are happening, and people are enjoying the health benefits, but also the time that they're spending and enjoying their family and friends.
So Kathy, do you think it's safe to say that the dining room is back?
It's definitely back, just more casual. We're seeing many tables, long and narrow, not the open and close, casual style, harvest tables, because people want to go in that dining room and enjoy it, not have, like mine is a little dressier, and you got to be careful, it has a high gloss. We're having more matte finishes and things that say, oh, come sit down. Let's enjoy.
And Kathy, with things having more matte finishes and just the furniture kind of changing overall, would you say that the style of furniture now being used has changed too?
Absolutely. We are just seeing everything with multiple color
Yeah.
variables. We have tons of stain finishes. You'll see different height tables. So we have regular height, then we have this counter height, then we have bar height. So there's so many variables. You pick the wood, you can pick the finish, change the character so it can fit you
Yeah.
and the way you want to use it.
All right, Kathy, well, thank you for reviewing
Yes.
the past changes of the American dining room.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The dining room is back.
I
and
love it.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Kathy, thank you.
Thank
and
you.
thank you for being here for this edition of Design Time.